So by request, this is now being recorded. This is a version of the thumping technique. So you just take a marker of any kind and you thump the brush tip on the stamp where you want that color. So here I'm working with, it's a pine and a pine cone. So I've done 4 different colors of brown on the pine cone itself. So now I'm just going to be a little more generous. This is forest moss. I'm going to kind of go all over the stamp. This is pine needles, so seems appropriate. And however you're comfortable doing it, don't worry about it. I like doing this with Distress ink because it stays wet a little bit longer. But the original idea I saw for this card, I would like to give credit where credit is due. And I also, since I made the order, I don't feel badly, but Dawn Stamping Thoughts, Dawn 5377, I gave her an order because I love this technique, and she didn't do the thumping technique, but there's this great pine set that I bought. So that was peeled paint, and this is little shabby shutters. Okay, and just because it's here, we'll see what it looks like. This is crushed olive. So you can see that by pouncing, now my stamp is really covered in ink, right? Didn't really miss too many spots. So what you need to do is then put your breath on the stamp to kind of reactivate the ink. So I'm just going to breathe on it. Okay. And then stamp. And so I kind of want so that's the result. That's how you can get those colors to kind of blend. Now this one, I kind of want to stamp this. I just want to see something. Let me find Pine Needles color and just stamp. Okay, yeah, so that's just straight up pine needles, right? No acorn. Or no. And see, that's really dark. But that's okay. Forest moss. So this will be our test. I christened the mat. Let me wipe it up before I can't anymore. Okay, so of those colors, I have to say that the first one that I did, I like the best. So it's just going to take a little time. Not the end of the world. So that's why I love that paper has two sides. Tombow markers work. Totally works. Anything with a brush tip. Stampin' Up! Markers work. Honestly, whatever you have. There's walnut stain. Oop. Tea dye. Vintage photo. Brushed corduroy. So we've got our browns, and I tend to like to rush things. So I'm going to go like middle of the road color. I'm going to use Forest Moss the most. Okay. I am going to get a little pine needles in there, but it's so dark. It's not what I'm after for this card, so I'm just not going to go crazy with it. Peeled paint. And little shabby shutters. Okay, once again, that's what the ink looks like. Breathe on it. So there's your result. Just going over the pine cone again. I'm probably going to have to re-ink about 4 times, so this is going to be a long process. But that's okay. Forest Moss, that was. This is Pine Needle. I love this technique when you're doing greenery, because there is no one consistent color in greenery. Like if you're doing trees for Christmas or whatever, I think it's just awesome. Okay, I've breathed on it, and I'm just going to, I need a little piece of paper here. totally fine. Let's see if I got anything left. Okay, that's really faint, but it's okay. We can line it up again. So once again, inking up. I remember when I first started stamping, this was a popular technique, and I always wondered, how do they get all those colors on there so seamlessly? And people were taking markers and coloring in their stamps so they could have multiple colors come out. Quite frankly, I never took it that far, but back with the pine needles. I think it needs a little bit of the darker color to carry it. Okay, and shabby shutters. Breathe on it. I'm going to try and go over that. Just fine. And then I just want a tiny bit more . So there's our browns, and then we'll go to the greens. It's not taking us quite as long as I thought it would. Okay, kind of like that. And I was thinking, I want to put the sentiment like right here. So maybe just a little bit more. Let me we'll just give it one in the corner. Okay, so that's what we've got. Looks pretty nice, yeah? but just because it's handy, I've got this Merry Christmas. I'm going to do it in, I want to do it in walnut stain, and you'll see why in just a second. I can find it. I'm having trouble finding my colors. Here's that goes over there. What the heck is my walnut stain? Vintage photo, tea dye, embossing, corduroy. Well, we'll just do it in gathered twigs. That's a brown, yeah? That's a good brown. All right. Okay. So we'll pop this. So I'm going to remove this. And you could gold emboss it. That might have been a better choice, but this is the first time through, so I'm not going to beat myself up too much. And then I'm just going to put these away. And then I'm going to find I'm going to try this color, see if I like it. I need one of these guys. We're done with this for the time being. And I have my little minis. So I'll look at the browns. Brush corduroy. Looks like I have 3 to choose from. And I'm thinking brush corduroy is going to win, but let's just try it. So we're just going to put our piece to the side for a quick minute, and we're going to test some colors. That might work. That's vintage photo. That's walnut stain, that's a little dark. I think this one's gonna be it. If not, we'll just do the vintage photo. This one's brush corduroy. I think the corduroy. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. Okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of warm up all the way around. Which this was just supposed to be heavy edging, but oh well. Okay, so I don't like all the streaks in it, but that's where we are now. And then we're going to find a white gel pen, and we're going to give the pine cone some snow. I think next time I wouldn't add the brown, but okay. So then the next thing I have some Stampin' Up! Embossing powder that's called Iridescent Ice. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a reversal mark pad, if I can find it. We're just going to give that gel pen a little bit of time to dry. And we're going to take the pad and we're going to go over the entire card front really liberally. And you want to hold it up to make sure that you get everything really well. And then we're going to pour this over. Okay, and then we're just going to heat set it. A little tough to see it melting. So I'm going to try it this way. Here it goes. Almost done. I absolutely love this technique. For a Christmas card, I think it's just awesome. Okay, can you guys see it? See how beautifully sparkly it is? And even though I thought that there was too much brown, it's okay. It's really a nice technique. So all of that work, oh, I have a little spot here that I gotta heat set a little bit, but I mean, that's a goodie, huh? So thanks, Dawn, for reminding me of that. So make sure. And they have a stamp set out now that I just bought that does this so much better with the pine. And I'll remake the card when the order comes in. There it goes. Two little spots. There it goes. It's Stampin' Up, and it's called Iridescent Ice. And I remembered that I had some. Okay. So I think it does a wonderful job. So then to finish the card, it's just a couple of quick, you know, you could back it on green, you could do whatever you want. Yeah, it's on there too. And then the little pen work that we put in there, that shows. And I had some, yes, here we go. Had some foam squares. So again, this card will be remade to give it the proper credit, but I just love the idea. It makes it look as though you are looking through a snowy scene. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do some snow scenes and capture it all. Like this one. And I'm gonna remake this card a lot, I think. But it's all about the embossing powder. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, like I said, I haven't made a Stampin' Up! Order in a long time. And I saw that card and I was like, wow, that's really different. I like that a lot. So, I've only been watching her for 10-12 years and never ordered, so she got me. She totally got me. Yeah, I use Firefox too. Ad blocker is good. And she used like some early espresso ink, I think, were the colors that she used, and she didn't do the technique that I did, but her card was beautiful. So thanks again, Dawn. So then this mounts just like this. And then it's just a simple one. Very easy to do. So somehow I never get them centered, but that's the card. Isn't that pretty? What I like about it is it kind of makes all those colors show up so nicely. So go through your embossing powder stash if you were ever a Stampin' Up! Customer, because I had this and I didn't even know it. And I didn't even know it would do that. So that's my version using Tim Holtz stamps. But do check out Stampin' Up! They have this gorgeous set. Go check out Dawn5377 on YouTube. She's used the stamp set, I don't know what it's called, Christmas Pine or something like that, in a couple of different cards, and that's the stamp set I bought. So this is my knockoff. Hers is far better. Yeah, it's very sparkly. I'm trying to get the right angle so you can really see it. There you go. Can you see it? Nice stuff. Nice, nice stuff. I like it. This has, you know, has green and clear and all kinds in it. So, love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think I'm going to take a picture of it and tweet it to her so she can know. Well, she got my order. I mean, that's her intention, right? So two different cards done using that thumping technique, right? Now, I don't know if you can really see all the green color in this one, but it's kind of the situation that I know it's there. So you could probably do it in one color of ink and it would be fine. Two very different things. Now I've got this embossing powder everywhere. I should have done it over a coffee filter, but trying to keep that new mat. Well, there's 5 colors of green on there, so that's the thing. Let's see if I can't zoom in. I love it. I really, really love it. Let's see. Nope. Oh, maybe it's going to go a little bit. So let me see if it, oh, there it goes. I'm going to focus a little bit more. There you can see it. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. There we go. So, I think this was 2 weeks ago, maybe? And then this was this week. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I can't thank you guys enough. That's just a great tip. Great ideas. I hope you enjoyed today. I know people kind of bop in and out from going to church, doing errands, doing all kinds of stuff. I'm going to have to take another break because I have to put my clothes in the dryer, if nothing else. And I did want to work on decorating my house today a little bit, do some cleaning up and that kind of stuff. And I would like to make another card, but I have to think about what I want it to look like. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks so much. I'm going to work on the Ustream idea, and when I see Jen, I'm going to tweet her and see if we can't talk, maybe, you know, what her feelings are and how we can do it, and take her suggestions. And I can't thank you all enough. So thank you very much, and I'm going to stop the recording.